Hello everybody, SSA here, aka Super Sonorashi, your coach of the Groningen Noctowls, bringing you week 4 of the PMC D-League as we take on Matrix, coach of the Carolina Lycanrocks. So my team is as followed. I'm bringing Seismitoad, Infernape, Mega Blastoise, Florges, Snorlax and Miss Magius, as my opponent is bringing Frostlass, Tapu Fini, Megaladias, HALLELUCHA, Raikou and Nidoqueen. So as you can see here, he starts off with the Frostlass as I start off with my Seismitoad. So we're both, starting off with mons that can actually set up the spikes and Stealth Rock, as my opponent is actually going to set up the spikes right here. I thought, let me go for that sneaky knock off to get as much damage off at the beginning. If he wanted to switch out any of his mons, except for of course the Latias, will get his item dropped off, as his Frostlass is here going to lose his leftovers. Now he is going to switch out here. I thought, you know what, let's go for an Earthquake instead of putting the Stealth Rock up first, because I really wanted to do, some chip damage to any of the mons that is coming in. And I think the Earthquake would have killed off the Frostlass at that point. But he is going into this Tapu Fini, and that will do about half thanks to the crit. But, of course, as you can see here, the Tapu Fini is a defensive Tapu Fini with leftovers. So here I was like, you know what, let's put up the Stealth Rocks. And he is actually going for the Grass Knot. And let me tell you, this Seismitoad takes it very well. Look at that. Look at that bulky Toad that is on the field right now. So I'm going to put up my Stealth Rocks right here, which will, of course, do chip damage every time he switches in another mon. So I thought, you know what, at this point, I didn't want my Seismitoad to, go down just yet. So what I thought, you know what, let's go into my other fat mon, that is Snorlax. So I'm coming in here with my Snorlax, as my opponent is actually going to put up the light screen, as you can see right here. So that is quite annoying. And I thought at this point, you know what? I know he's going to switch out, so let's make a ballsy move and go into my Florges. So I'm going for the double swap here. So he's actually going to withdraw his Tapu Fini into his Latias, if I'm not mistaken. No, back into his Frostlass. The Latias will come in a second. My apologies for that. It's early in the morning. I'm recording this like after I woke up. I just had my coffee, so if I'm a little bit, it's about that. But here we go. Here's the Florges against the Frostlass. My god, those names actually look quite familiar. But the Frostlass is going for the spikes to go, for that extra layer of spikes, as I am going to Moonblast and kill off the Frostlass. So Florges is getting another kill in this league, which I am very happy about. I really like using Florges. I've said that I think in every match of my PMC D-League run, in every match. Florges is amazing, but here comes a threat. Aransky, the Nidoqueen. I thought I need to switch out again. I can't, let my Florges die like that. So I'm going to go back into my Snorlax, because I know a Snorlax can take an Earth Power or a Sludge Wave, because we're special defensive bulk, as he is actually going for the Earth Power here, and just didn't affect our Figgy Berry. That is unfortunate, but now comes the Megaladias. So this is going to be the part of the match where I fucked up again. I said it before, I still need to get adjusted myself to Wi-Fi Draft League. It's so much more tense than doing Showdown. And I think a lot of people underestimate Wi-Fi Draft League, like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just, the same as Showdown, only with a timer. It's actually much more tense, because you have to keep an eye out for everything. If you want to calculate everything, you need to check out the match, you need to check your calculation, you need to double check everything. And that can be quite, stressful. And I'm not somebody that is, accustomed to that yet. But I go here for the Heavy Slam. I have Heavy Slam on my Snorlax, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Curse and Recycle. Didn't bring the Ice Punch because I didn't thought it was needed. Because I already also had Ice Beam on my Blastoise and that kind of stuff. So I thought, you know what, let's go for the Heavy Slam. But yeah, maybe I should have brought Ice Punch. Maybe that was, the bad preparation for my part. But as you can see here, we're at the point that he is going to Calm Mind, to Roost again. And I'm just spamming here. Heavy Slam, Heavy Slam, Heavy Slam. And there is a point in the match with Snorlax here that I will also use Curse, but it's already too late, and I already accepted the fact that Snorlax was going to die, but I should have not let the Mega Latios, you know, set up like that, as I am going for the Curse right here, as you can see. But in my head, I already had a plan B to work this out, to, you know, get rid of the Mega Latios. So at this point, I was like, you know what? Let him set up, let him, you know, do his business. I have a plan B. If plan B fails, then we're going to lose this match, you know, immensely. But fortunately, it will work out for us against this Mega Latias. So I'm going for another heavy slam here, as he is actually going to use stored power now and take care of the Snorlax. Now here is where I made a bad play, like a very bad play, but in the match itself, I thought it was the best play. So I'm going to my Infernape. That was the right play, because Infernape is Choice Scarf with U-turn, and U-turn will do a lot of damage. So U-turn, bam, will do that. And I go into my Florges. Should have gone into my Seismitoad there and sacked off the Seismitoad, but in my head I was like, Florges can take this stored power easily, but I didn't check my calcs correctly. I noticed that afterwards, and Florges died. Should have, as just said before, sacked off the Seismitoad there, but it is what it is. I go into my Infernape again, and I'm gonna use U-turn again, and that will kill off the Latias. So that was my plan, you know, using the U-turn to my advantage, killing off this Latias, but in the end, I sacked off Florges, and that was a very, very bad move of mine, because Florges could have been useful in the rest of this match. So I go into my Miss Magnus, he's going into his Tapu Fini, he's going to, you know, activate that Misty Surge and Misty Terrain of his, and that is actually something he's going to plan out very well, which we'll see at the end of this match. I'm going to use Energy Ball, which will do a decent amount of damage. Won't kill off the Tapu Fini though. He's going to use Light Stream, so next turn Miss Magius will kill off the Tapu Fini, and Miss Magius will also get a kill in this league. This is the first time I'm actually using Miss Magius in a Draft League format, and you know, I need to get adjusted to it, but I really like enjoying Miss Magius. Miss Magius has a, you know, very wide move pool in terms of typeness, and with the choice specs or with the C move, it can actually do a lot of work if used right, but I still need to, you know, get used to that. But then this comes in, the HALLELUCHA, and as you can see here, Misty Seed will affect Racing, the opposing Chicken Gods, special defensive, with the Light Screen. I'm stuck in choice specs Energy Ball, so I'm going into my Seismitoad. Now here, HALLELUCHA would have been such a good, you know, option, but he's going for the Swords then, predicting me to switch out, or, you know, Miss Magius couldn't kill this thing off either way, so going for the Sword Stance was the best play of my opponent. My opponent played this very well till the end to set up with the HALLELUCHA and the Misty Terrain there, and he can now Drain Punch my Seismitoad and basically sweep my whole team right now, which he will. We're gonna lose this match. We're currently 0-4 in this Draft League format. We haven't won a single match, but at the same time we're not losing every match like with big numbers. There is like still, you know, things we're doing great, but there are also things we're not doing great. And that is still something I need to learn. We still have like 6 matches to go in this league, and I'm gonna try my hardest to actually get a win this league. If we do, however, get, you know, 10 losses in this league and, you know, never win, you know, at least it's a learning point for me. It's like I'm coming back into the Draft League, you know, and you have to start somewhere, especially with Wi-Fi Draft League, you have to start somewhere. So there's always like next season and, you know, other Draft Leagues where I can actually, you know, train my skills. I'm actually going for the Ice Beam here because we lived at Acrobatics. If we could have got a freeze here, you know, that could have been very helpful for us, but unfortunately we weren't on the lucky side of the RNG there, and the Drain Punch will kill off the Mega Blastoise. And yeah, that was basically the only thing that could have saved us. Like, even a crit or a freeze could have saved us there, because we have now only Infernape left, and he can just use Acrobatics and kill off the Infernape, sadly. But that is week 4 of the PMC D-League. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this match, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share this video with others, slash the subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that is sincerely appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next week of the PMC D-League and supporting the Groningen Noctowls. Bye bye!